Thanks for coming back. Once again, this is Chef Phil with a life lesson, which if you use this lesson in the kitchen, it will help make you a greater chef. Not to mention you can use it in real life. The word is assumption. You never assume. So if you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Perfect example, we're in the kitchen. The boss asks, "Where's the steak?" "I thought you had it. I thought you had it." "I assumed you had it. I assumed you had it." So now we both look like asses in front of the boss. Works in real life too. And whatever you do, do not assume. But today, I'm here to show you how to make stuffed tomatoes. Squash stuffed tomatoes, to be exact. For this simple yet elegant dish are tomatoes, which I'll show you when it comes time. Squash. Now you can use whatever kind of squash you want. My personal favorite, which I'm not using today, is spaghetti squash. So it just makes it the best. But today we're going to use acorn squash and yellow squash. We're going to make, and don't forget the sour cream and the seasoning, which we have all right here. First things first is decide which way you're going to prepare the squash to go inside the stuffed tomato. Today, I've already cut these in half, put them in a sheet tray with some water, and they're in the oven. We're waiting for them to finish. And then, that starts with that squash. Next squash, this yellow squash, you gotta cut. Because we're gonna cut it, and by golly, we're gonna boil it. We're gonna boil it, and we're gonna boil it. We're gonna boil it till it's nice and tender. So I'm cutting it in really small pieces. Really small pieces. We're going to use 2 of these. Knives. The sharper the knife, the better. Now, after you cut the squash, you put it in the water. Then boil the tarzan out of it. Boil the heck out of it. Because you want it as tender as you can get. Because remember, it's going in the stuffed tomato. So once you get all that in, you're halfway there, my friend. Halfway there. Okay, now we got our squashes going. So next things is to get your tomato right. Take a tomato. Usually, some people say do it in half, but this tomato is not big enough to really do it in half. So just take a wee bit off the top. A little bit more than a wee bit. It's a wee bit worse. See, now you got this. Now the next step, which is an easy step, is to take all that out. So you'll have a free tomato. One hint is go around with your knife and loosen it all up. So you can just take a spoon and scrape it out. Like how I do. Let me get a spoon. See, now you just take a spoon scrape it out. Now you can set that aside because you'll be mixing that with your squash, and in no time you'll be putting it in there. Okay, the squash came out. Now it's time to cut them again and put them with the tomatoes. Now, another squash. Now, acorn squash. When it comes out, it's like this. What you do, take your fork, and scoop it into there. Scoop it into that bowl. It's hot, I'm warning you. You scoop it. Scoop it. Scoop it. Scoop it. And you do that to all of them. Another two, you can just see.
What you cooking now?
Now, once you've got all your squash in your bowl, you put the seasonings in. Today, we're going to use a little bit of steak seasoning, a little bit of original Arizona rub, pistol whip, a little bit of ground cumin, and a little bit of sour cream. A little bit of sour cream. So now it's back to your mix. You mix it all together. You mix it all together. And it'll look a little something like this. And now these you put into the tomatoes. Use this big spoon, but it's probably better to use a spoon like this. And then you can top it off with your choice of cheese. Today I'm going to use American cheese. Maybe because that might be all I have. Maybe it's what I want. In an event, that's what is happening. American cheese. Did you hear me? American cheese. Some people like to use mozzarella. Some people like to use provolone. Some people like to use Swiss. Some people like to use no cheese. But use the cheese. Okay. Now, once you've got all your squash in your bowl, you put the seasonings in. Today, we're going to use a little bit of steak seasoning, a little bit of original Arizona rub, Pasta Whip. A little bit of ground cumin. And a little bit of sour cream. A little bit of sour cream. So now it's back to my mix. You mix it all together. You mix it all together. And it'll look a little something like this. And now these you put into the tomatoes. Use this big spoon, but it's probably better to use a spoon like this. And then you can top it off with your choice of cheese. Today I'm going to use American cheese. Maybe because that might be all I have. Maybe it's what I want. In an event, that's what is happening. American cheese. Did you hear me? American cheese. Some people like to use mozzarella. Some people like to use provolone. Some people like to use Swiss. Some people like to use no cheese. But use the cheese. Okay, they're coming out of the oven now, so have a place to put them because they're going to be hot. Right there. Now let's get there you go, my friend, with a stuffed tomato, stuffed squash tomato. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.